Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas is home to the 35th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. It's the Gordon Jago Super Group. Teams from all over the world have come home hoping to take home the Boot and Bowl trophy. Kickoff is coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. We're at the 35th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. The sun trying to break through at the Cotton Bowl, but it's been a rainy morning. There's a 60% chance of thunderstorms here in the Dallas area as Guadalajara and Fluminense get ready to kick off. It's Mexico versus Brazil, and one of the reasons why this pairing is at the Cotton Bowl today for the Gordon Jago Super Group is kind of as a foreshadowing of the upcoming World Cup, Mexico versus Brazil.
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, two solid teams here in the second game of today's matches, and again, Guadalajara and Fluminense, it's going to be a great showdown.
And these are two teams who are familiar with Dallas Cup. They've been frequent visitors here at various age groups. Fluminense was here last year. They were the favorite among many to win this tournament last year, but they ran into Fulham, lost in the semifinals on penalty kicks 4-3. But we were very impressed with this side last year.
Yeah, Fluminense was my pick to go on and win it, and ran into the top hot Fulham team at that time, and Fluminense was eliminated in the semifinals, but they're coming back to get to the finals this year.
And this year they are led by Euler Rodriguez, who is a speedy winger, and he often plays with the reserve side in Brazil.
Yeah, he's awfully quick. He's full of talent, full of skill, and your fans out there watching today, I mean, this is going to be a great matchup. I mean, two passionate clubs.
And of course, the Brazilians always have skillful players, and Brazil's had a great deal of success here at the Dallas Cup in years past.
Yeah, the last 9 years, a Brazilian club has won 6 of the last 9 Super Group championships, so they have a lot to prove today.
Meanwhile, the teams from Mexico often go overlooked, but they're often surprising teams here at Dallas Cup, and certainly Chivas is hoping to be a spoiler in Group B.
Well, Chivas is coming here. I mean, they're full of passion. They're going to fight till the end, and there's going to be a real good matchup today.
They have Daniel Rios, who's been called up by the U20 Mexican team as a target. They'll look to get the ball to him. Kickoff is coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
A lot of kids want to become the next big rapper, but not many think that they can do it all on their own. Even fewer turn down every major label along the way, so they can create one with their best friend. We're Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and we're one of a kind.
Math and science are far more than just subjects at school. If you're passionate about cooking food, math and science become part of your everyday life. We learn measurements, we learn fractions. That's why Time Warner Cable created Connect a Million Minds, to show young people that math and science can be fun and lead to a career of their dreams. Whether it's an engineer, a food scientist, or a rock star chef. Visit connectamillionminds.com to learn more.
We're back at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Pete Stein along with Dev Reeves. Glad you could be with us for our continuing coverage of the 35th Annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. This is the Gordon Jago Super Group, and this is Bracket B action featuring Fluminense from Brazil against Chivas of Mexico. And, of course, Chivas has been a frequent visitor to the Dallas Cup in years past, and you would expect that Chivas would have a strong fan base here in Dallas as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have a nice little fan base here in Dallas, and some of them showed up here wearing their colors today, so this will be some nice support for them.
Meanwhile, Fluminense is a team that we're anxious to see. This is a team that showed remarkable skill and certainly awed the crowd that came out here to see them last year.
They were a lot of fun to watch last year, and again, I picked them to go all the way to the finals last year, but got knocked out by Fulham. But a great team to watch, a lot of fun, a lot of speed, a lot of skill.
Well, you mentioned Fulham, and they played the first game here today. Let's take a look at the highlights of that first game from Bracket A. as the opening ceremonies took place here at the Cotton Bowl. About an hour before kickoff, we had a strong shower before the start of this game between Fulham and the host team FC Dallas, and it was Meyer for FC Dallas getting a shot from distance early but missed it wide. The trouble for FC Dallas throughout the course of this game would be getting opportunities in the finishing third. Meanwhile, when Fulham had their opportunities, they for the most part were able to finish. That time Gonzalez came in and took it away from Christensen, but this time it was Dembele bearing it in the upper corner, and he proved to be the star of the game, scoring a first-half hat trick. That goal was followed by 2 penalty kick goals for Dembele, who was everything he was advertised to be. He almost scored off a corner kick here, but headed it just over the crossbar. And then that penalty inside the 18 created a shot from the penalty spot. Dembele buried it and then got another opportunity from the penalty spot at about the 43rd minute after that diving save by Gonzalez. But Gonzalez was yellow carded for that foul in the box. That set up Dembele again, throws a little change up here and got Gonzalez to go down, and then just looped it over the FC Dallas keeper to give Fulham a 3-0 halftime lead, and then Smile would score from the top of the D in the 80th minute to make it 4-0. FC Dallas threatened in the first 15 minutes, had a couple of opportunities, not able to get anything on frame, however, and Fulham's defense just proved to be too good, and there was a shot on frame, but an easy one for Rodak. And then this is Williams with a setup for Smile from 18 yards out in the 80th minute. He made it 4-0, and that would be the final of the first game. And now we're ready for the second game of the day action here at the Cotton Bowl, as Fluminense and Guadalajara Chivas get ready to kick off here. Fluminense wearing the striped kit with the red and green, and Chivas in unfamiliar kits, just wearing plain white with green numerals. A little bit different look for Chivas than what we normally see here at Dallas Cup. But it is Chivas in white and Fluminense in the stripes. I guess if Chivas had worn their usual red and white kit, it would have clashed too much.
Yeah, I guess it would have been a little bit difficult.
So, strategically, just based on reputation, what do we expect to see here?
Well, right now, I mean, the first 5-10 minutes, you see a lot of feeling out here from both teams, just trying to get settled in, being the first match of the tournament. But again, you're going to see a lot of passion, a lot of quick 1-2 touches with the Chivas. Fluminense, a lot of skill, a lot of trickery, but also a lot of patience.
Chivas has a throw in here. It's put in play by Marco Lopez, but it is Fluminense who has it. Maya switching it to the left side. Unable to get through the midfield. Gets picked off by Luis Marquez. And Marquez nearly turned it right back over. Lopez is there to play it for Guadalajara, and then a man goes down. Whistle sounds, and we'll have a free kick, and the man shaken up is Luis Marquez.
Yeah, it looked like Darylon Bento there for Fluminense. Kind of just stuck a foot out and caught him as he ran past. No real intent. But as usual, Chivas is all around the official, working him already. I mean, 20 seconds in, and they're working the official, saying, hey, this should have been a yellow card. There's a good opportunity here.
Looks like, is this Nahashi Lugo taking this free kick?
Yeah, looks like he's going to bend one in with the inside of his left foot.
3-man wall set up. Goes low, and the keeper is able to cover it up. So it remains scoreless here early on. Played just over 2 minutes. This ball gets rolled out to Di Pietro. Out of play. Throw in for Lopez. Amanda's wearing number 172. Flores in number 167. Chivas does not allow their youth teams to wear the numbers of the parent club. So you get the triple digits. Solorio wearing number 42 out there for Guadalajara. Chasing this down is Polaz for Fluminense. And Fluminense building an attack here where they can strike quick. Alexis Silva, number 6.
Silva gets off that shot in a very tight spot, but keeper for Chivas had to cover the entire way.
A goal kick for Chivas coming in the 4th minute of play. The wind's a little bit more of a factor than it was in the first game, but not a real big factor here today.
It does look like the drizzle has stopped, so the field's not going to be as slick as it was in the first match.
Got a little blue sky, and the sun's trying to come out. That'll just make things really steamy around here for a while. There's still more severe weather in the forecast here today. A slight chance of severe storms, but they are expecting some fairly heavy rain here later this afternoon. This pitch really held up after an afternoon downpour. We didn't see really either team affected too badly by the field conditions in the first game. Not unusual in these Dallas Cup games to see teams go through the first 15, 20 minutes just trying to feel each other out, get accustomed to the styles. Fluminense style is to attack, and they're on the attack here, but a good job defensively by Chivas.
Well, you can see the pace already by Fluminense on the left-hand side. Alton Silva there getting past and not making the defender and getting inside the box. Something to watch out for the rest of the match. He has some speed to burn.
Lopez calling for the ball for Chivas, but Eula Rodriguez, who we highlighted at the top of the show, is there for Fluminense. Guadalajara will have the throw in. There's going to be a foul there against Fluminense. I'm not sure how Di Pietro can even question that call.
Well, that's the one thing in this game. Sometimes you just shake your head at him. I mean, had his arms totally wrapped around him, giving him a bear hug, and he looks at the official like, "What, me?" I mean, it's part of the psyche of the Brazilian soccer player.
Victor Guzman took that free kick. Now it's sent back over in the direction of Marquez. Marquez settles it. Trying to move in from the left side, gets to the byline. The centering pass is knocked down. That was well played by Wendell Pereira of Fluminense. Guadalajara trying to get out of their own end. Player stumbles down, coming across halfway. That was Anwar Hernandez. But Chivas controls it. Ball sent up the right side, and then out of play. It's a throw in for the Brazilian side. Fluminense, semi-finalist a year ago. They were the only team that even gave Fulham a scare.
Yeah, they really were. And you like to say, well, you think maybe they were off against their game against Fulham, but they played well, and Fulham just really brought it that game. And there's a chance.
Marquez from distance, well off the mark. Another look at this shot. And we've seen Chivas here through the years come in, and they don't mind firing these shots from 30 yards out.
That was a good effort by Marquez. No reason just to give him a go and possibly try to test the keeper early.
Rodriguez is the target in the midfield, but Victor Guzman is there for Chivas. Chivas controls. Lopez has it along the touchline on the near side. Plays it back for Hernandez. Chivas able to maintain possession as Guzman has it.
Good ball, good switch of play.
That's Guzman sending it diagonally to the right side, switching the attack. And it'll be a throw-in for Chivas. It'll be put in play by Michael Navarro. There's a good look at Silva, number 6 for Fluminense. He's a threat anywhere he is. And he will run the length of the pitch. We've already seen him run from byline to byline here today. Into the 9th minute. At least Felipe Gomez, the keeper. Fluminense with the restart in the midfield. Comes out to Rodriguez on the right side. Di Piero to the byline. The cross is blocked. And a corner kick coming up for Fluminense. And as I recall last year, they were pretty good on these set pieces.
They were very good on the set pieces. And you can see the 2 big center backs coming forward right now. You can see the replay there. He does a nice job keeping the ball in play and playing it off the Chivas defender. You see the big, strong Piera has come forward here for this corner kick, the big defender.
This is Pedro Leopolaz with this corner kick to the far post. Trying to find Euler Rodriguez there on the far post, but it eludes Rodriguez. It's out of play, and Chivas will have it. Jesus Rodriguez is the coach of Chivas. Carlos Napoles is the assistant coach along with Luis Mercado. Miguel Gutierrez is the team manager. Marcelo Vega is the coach at Fluminense. Edgar Maba is the manager. Foul at midfield and an easy call. Fluminense starting to get under the skin to Chivas. Normally it's the other way around. Chivas getting under the skin of their opponent in a Dallas Cup match.
Yeah, well, these guys were the best at getting underneath each other's skins, and they'll do everything they can to get them off their game.
This has been pretty typical of what we've seen from the teams from Mexico in the past. They like to play that short ground game to move the ball through the midfield. Though in recent years we've seen some of the Mexican teams come in here attacking more through the air.
Yeah, we have. We've seen a little bit of both, but Chivas today is a little bit more on the ground. They look a little bit more Brazilian than the Brazilian side does at this point.
Yeah, Fluminense doesn't look like they've fully got their legs under them yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but it was kind of like we saw in the first match with Fulham. Fulham kind of sat back for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then suddenly that switch came on, and they started playing at a little bit faster pace and getting in behind the FC Dallas defense.
Yeah, it is interesting to see how these teams kind of evaluate each other over the course of play. They don't really know that much about each other coming into this match, only by reputation. And now Chivas moves into the finishing third, trying to get off a shot. This one is chipped inside the 6-yard box. A header on frame, but the flag is up, no goal.
The referee's assistant was right on top of that. He saw right away there's offsides. Great call.
And here's a look at the pressure that Chivas was able to put on Fluminense.
In the replay, it does look pretty tight, though. There was one player there for Chivas who was coming back. It looked like maybe that player who put it on frame is still on sides.
Victor Guzman with that header. There's Marco Granados.
Well, the referee did a nice job there. I mean, there was a foul there. He let the play go on, and when the ball ran out of play, he did bring it back for the foul. So good officiating. And that's one thing we haven't talked about a lot, but these officials come from all around the world to referee the Dallas Cup, and they do a fine job year in and year out.
Well, and it's one reason why this tournament is able to attract such quality, because they know they're going to get fair officiating. We had a coach, or maybe it was a Dallas Cup official, who told us last year teams know they're going to come here and they're not going to get a homer job.
Right.
They know they're going to come here and have a world-class officiating crew.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was the head of the FA from England, the head of the officials over there. They bring a group over here to train and to assess while they're refereeing the matches here, and it's kind of a learning ground for them. They always do a nice job year in, year out.
It really is something that they brag about at Dallas Cup. You may have been able to tell the lights have started to take effect as they've turned them on here at the Cotton Bowl, brightening things up just a little bit here on a cloudy day in Dallas. This is Gordon Jago's Supergroup action out of Bracket B, Fluminense and Chivas. The first game of the day featured Fulham and the host side, FC Dallas, and it was one-way traffic. Fulham with a 4-0 victory in that Group A match here at the Cotton Bowl. And then later tonight, the U.S. national team will be in action against a River Plate side that could just as easily be a national team. That's the marquee match tonight under the lights here at the Cotton Bowl.
Some fantastic opening game matches here at the Cotton Bowl. Just some very exciting young talent out here on display.
And then something they're doing a little bit differently this year, Dev. In years past, they have scheduled the Wednesday games for the main stage, if you will, here at the Cotton Bowl. This year, they're going to let the groups play out through Monday, play 2 games, and then decide who plays here on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that's a good change in the format. I really do. There's an opportunity to put Fluminense there and just catches it wide.
And then, of course, semifinal Friday coming up here at the Cotton Bowl as well. And then championship matches for all age brackets will be here at the Cotton Bowl Saturday and, of course, Easter Sunday, culminating with the Supergroup Championship next Sunday night. And it's anybody's guess as to who's going to be there, because these are 3 really strong groups made up of 4 sides each.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously there's a lot of talent on display here in the Supergroup here at the Cotton Bowl, but then a lot of matches being played at Richland College as well, and the other venue, Elm Fork. That's a great new venue here in Dallas, and so a lot of younger age groups playing out as well.
Yeah, they're cutting the ribbon there at Elm Fork this weekend.
Yeah, fantastic facility, and a lot of credit to the city of Dallas for getting that project going forward and allowing the Dallas Cup to utilize that.
The official trying to settle everybody down. I believe this is Marco Lopez who's getting a verbal warning from the official. Fluminense with a free kick on their side of halfway.
I think Marco Lopez and the middle officials had an ongoing conversation since the very beginning whistle was blown, and it's not ending yet.
Gomes, the keeper for Fluminense, has not seen much action. In fact, neither keeper has seen a tremendous amount of action. Jorge Chavez is in goal on the other end for Chivas. It's played back to Chavez. Sends it to halfway. Battle for possession won by Chivas. Throw in for Fluminense. It'll be put in play by Di Piero. Puts it at the feet of the team captain, Maya. Gomes did not catch it as cleanly as he would have liked. And Chivas controls in Fluminense territory. Sergio Flores turning it over. Neto has it for Fluminense. Now Silva with the one-touch pass. Swung out to the right side as Fluminense tried to build the attack, with Di Piero moving up the flank, placed to his right for Rodriguez. Rodriguez to the byline, being tightly marked there in the corner, turns it over, and Chivas clears it back to midfield. Comes down to Maya. Maya to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is played off the ball and then commits the foul, giving Chivas a free kick. Anwar Hernandez with this free kick.
Yeah, in the last couple of minutes, you can see Fluminense is kind of putting the foot on the gas a little bit and quickening the play, just calling Chivas a little bit of an issue here.
This is Lopez on the left side, sweeping it back to Hernandez. Hernandez Getting it to the center back, Luis Solorio. Solorio pushing it forward, close to halfway. Nearly through 18 minutes here. A scoreless tie. And this is how much of the game has gone. Chivas controlling in the middle third. Neither team with what you would call a great chance so far. Silva gets it to Maya. Comes out to DiPiero. Maya now switches it to the left side. Stays in the air a long time. Nearly intercepted by Chivas. Silva nearly turned it over, but Fluminense controls. Maya in the midfield. Maya being marked by Luis Marquez. Comes to DiPiero on the right side. Rodriguez in the right channel, moves toward the middle now. Takes a left-footed shot. It skips into the hands of the keeper, Jorge Chavez.
Yeah, why not? Why not have it go from there? It feels a little wet still, and you never know if it's going to skip off the ground and beat the keeper, or the keeper gives up the rebound there, so why not give it a go?
Lopez plays it to Marquez. Marquez to Lopez. Maya is there defensively, trying to dispossess Navarro. Chivas maintaining possession. Hernandez has it. Trying to get it to Victor Guzman. Fluminense is going to control. The keeper Gomes will have it inside his own 18. .50-50 ball in the midfield. Rodriguez trying to win it for Fluminense. Lays it back for Wallace Felix. It's turned over and Chivas has a throw in.
Something you don't see a whole lot from Brazilian squad. Fluminense is turning the ball over and unforced errors.
It almost always comes as a surprise when they don't have a real skillful first touch.
It really is.
As we approach the World Cup, remember Mexico and Brazil are in the same group. Part of the thinking about putting this match in the Cotton Bowl today was with that as a backdrop. It's hard to imagine anybody other than Brazil winning that World Cup, isn't it? With the games being played in Brazil.
Well, yeah, I agree with you, Pete. I think, they definitely are the favorites going in, but when you have Argentina sitting there with a little bit less pressure on them than the host nation, you also got to kind of look at Argentina and who they have on their squad. So
it's almost a sure bet it's going to be a South American side when you look at the history of the World Cup.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I definitely think it will be. I think Brazil, if they can get through some of the pressures, the outside pressures, I think they'll probably be successful.
Well, they looked good a couple of months ago when they were up in Montreal. And, of course, Neymar's just been sensational. However, his club team is struggling a little bit here as of late, Barcelona.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking to see them eliminated this week. Got a Champions League group.
Luis Solorio in the back for Chivas. Are you surprised at how much possession Chivas has had here in the first 21 minutes?
Yeah, I am a little shocked, but they've done a really nice job of keeping it and not giving it up. Unfortunately, he spoke too soon to kind of give it up there, but they've done a nice job. And both teams, it's been about 50-50 as far as possession. Both teams never really have gotten into a flow of things yet.
No, it's been very uneven.
The continuity is just not there between either two teams. And so the flow is very uneven, like you said.
Is that just getting used to each other, getting used to this venue, or just first game at Dallas Cup?
I think it's still the first game. Jitters. We're 20 minutes in. It's going to take one spark here to change things, and we may get one here.
Here's Fluminense with a threat. Sent inside the box, but then it is cleared away by Victor Guzman. And Guzman's got a target, Marquez, moving up the left side. Marquez trying to move up the touchline, but unable to get around DiPiero. DiPiero with a throw-in for Fluminense. Maya to DiPiero, who moves up the right channel. DiPiero turns it over. Marquez has it. strong tackle from Maya brings him down, and a foul call. Don't think the official is going to his pocket yet.
The official's doing the right thing. He's just, the foul committed on the side here, or Marquez. Marquez, a pretty crafty individual there. He kind of gets in late on the tackle, so the referee pulls him over, just gives him a warning, say, look, let's not again. Next one's going to be a yellow. It's a good officiating.
Just a verbal warning to Maya, who's wearing the captain's armband for Fluminense. Fluminense gets the turnover at midfield, and this creates a breakaway opportunity for the Brazilian side, slowing things down just a bit. Rodriguez has it. He plays it back out to the left side. Battle in the corner. And it's going to be a goal kick given up here.
Nice work there by the right midfielder for Chivas there, just being patient, playing the ball off the Fluminense player.
I think we've got a few more people here for this second game than we had for the opener, which was to be expected with Guadalajara Chivas in town.
Whenever Chivas is in town, there's going to be a little following coming out and watching them. They got the drums here, and they got a little support section down to the left of us here in the press box. It's always good to see.
Lopez trying to build the attack. Now this is Marquez. Back heel pass for Lopez. Fluminense with a throw in. Di Piero to throw it in. Sends it up the channel. Off of Fluminense. Lopez will put it in play. I think Fluminense thought it was Hernandez who had touched it last. Marquez trying to win the ball for Chivas, trying to get around Wendell Pereira. Pereira gets it to Di Piero. Di Piero gets it right back from Rodriguez. Fluminense not able to get into the finishing third, and Chivas has a throw-in. Got a player shaken up. A player for Chivas.
Daniel Rios there's shaken up on the field.
Rios, the player we spotlighted, who's played for the U20 team in Mexico, for the national team. And certainly they were looking at him as a target today. He hasn't seen much time on the ball here today, though.
No, he really hasn't. He really hasn't seen much of anything. And Marquez has shown a lot of spark there, playing left midfield for Chivas. He's been kind of a standout so far early in this match.
There's a look at one of the drums here. As the Chivas fans never seem to be without energy.
This is what the referee just kind of needs to get things going here. One player goes down for a little treatment, and then all of a sudden the picnic breaks out here on the sidelines. So, I mean, let's go. Let's get this thing rolling here. The player's off the pitch, and the ball should be restarted here quickly.
Appears for the moment Chivas is going to be a man down as Rios regathers himself and waits to be weighed back in. Into the 27th minute now of the first half. This is a Bracket B action in the Gordon Jago Super Group at the 35th Annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. Marquee matches here at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, which holds over 92,000. So it's a spacious facility, but it's been a great recruiting tool for Dallas Cup because of its history, its soccer history.
Yeah, no, the Cotton Bowl has a very, very big history as far as the World Cup here in 1994. The quarterfinal match here between Brazil and Holland was probably one of the best matches in the entire World Cup that year. And so a lot of history here at the Cotton Bowl for soccer, and the players realize that.
Fortunately, not the heat that accompanied those World Cup games in 1994. It's a little muggy out there today, but I'll take this over 106.
Well, exactly. And, people talk about the heat here in Dallas. Well, FIFA just gave the World Cup the cutter. And so if you think the Dallas World Cup was hot, just wait.
You think they'll change the calendar? There's been some talk of that, but
I just can't see them changing the calendar. I mean, all the domestic leagues, I just can't see them doing that. But I could actually see them changing the location.
Still, at this point.
I could.
Ball stays with Guadalajara. And now the brightest sunshine of the day. Beaming on the pitch here at the Cotton Bowl. We were told that the weather was going to get worse as the day went on. It appears to be getting better. Imagine the weatherman not nailing it. Chivas again not able to do anything once they get to the 18. They may have another opportunity here though. Felix is battling for possession for Fluminense. Going to be a throw-in for the Brazilian side.
In the first 29 minutes here, you can just kind of tell both teams pretty equally matched. Nothing standing out here in my view, and not a whole lot of chances being taken.
Fluminense on the attack now, and they're going to get a free kick. That free kick's going to come from right about 25 yards out, maybe a little bit more. Here's another look at the foul. The man that gets taken down is Leal Polaz. And the foul committed by Anwar Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez has stuck out the right boot there and catches him. It would have been a little bit better just to have stayed out of that tackle, that lunge there. And he's going to be shown a yellow card for it.
Right about 27 yards away here.
Well, we know how dangerous Brazilians are in free kicks, so let's see what they can come up with here. He is a pretty good distance out.
Looks like Euler Rodriguez will take this free kick. There's Rodriguez, number 11.
Chivas, I mean, very slow to set up a wall here. They're not even looking at the keeper to try to get a wall set up, so kind of interesting.
They should be able to set up that wall right about the 18. Just inside the 18.
Got 4 players into the wall. Everybody else is covered. Well, here's a strange thing though. The Fluminense player taking the free kick has moved the ball 3 yards to the left. So that keeper better take another look because that wall I don't think is in the right position.
See if this is Rodriguez or Polaz. It'll be Rodriguez with the left foot, but right into the wall. Pretty nifty play there by Neto to keep that ball in the area, and now a throw-in for Fluminense. Maya gets it to Rodriguez. Polaz is dispossessed. Chivas controls it. This is Marco Granados, number 73 for Chivas. Out of play to be a Fluminense throw-in.
Going back to that free kick, Chivas' wall set up nicely, and all 4 of them jumped at the same time to get a little more extra height and block that free kick.
Maya chested down. Fluminense not able to control in their own area. Rios is back out there for Chivas. And this is Rios at the top of the box. Lays it back. Hernandez at the top of the D. Drifts left. Plays it out wide to Marquez. Marquez sends it right back in. Cleared away by Fluminense. Held in the attacking third, however. Holding it in with Sergio Flores. Cortiba has beaten Brahma in a Bracket A game 2-0 at Richland College. So one Brazilian side has already scored a victory in Dallas Cup today. Fluminense hoping to join their counterparts.
Well, we saw Cortiba 2 years ago beat Manchester United in the final and won the Super Group. So they want to come back here this year and see if they can get another boot, as they call it.
The Boot and Ball Trophy, recognized around the world.
some great video on YouTube of Curitiba when they return back to Brazil, and I'll get back to that here in just a second.
This throw-in could be dangerous. It was sent into the area, but a foul called, and Chivas will have a free kick.
Well, on their return to the airport there in Brazil, the bus was there to pick them up, and as they arrived, you can see here on the replay the throw-in, and the player just kind of undercuts him here and gets the free kick called. But as the players were arriving at the club, the place was absolutely jammed-packed with fans as Curitiba arrived, and the bus top was open, and the boot ball was out the top of the bus, and they were just going crazy. You thought they just won the World Cup.
Right.
It was the Dallas Cup boot and ball. So some really cool scenes there in Brazil when Curitiba arrived back as champions.
For these youngsters, it seems like the World Cup. Fluminense is committing 6 fouls. Chivas with 2 now here through the first half, and normally you would expect that figure to be reversed.
You would. Chivas has played a really pretty clean game as far as just tactically a good clean game and getting to the tackles well and not making too many errors.
Guzman sends one over the top up the left side, trying to get it to Lopez. Fluminense just doesn't look as sharp as they did a year ago.
No, right now they do look a little flat. Chivas definitely has the better of it at this point. One spark of brilliance by one of these individual Brazilian players changes all that.
Lopez with the throw in. This is Marquez, gets tangled up.
Marquez is telling the official that's 1, 2, 3 fouls against me, and how many are you going to let go before you give a yellow card or call a foul?
Well, a free kick from a dangerous spot. It's like a corner kick, only closer.
Luis Marquez has a pretty wicked left foot too, so let's see if he's going to take this as an outswinger.
Yeah, it will be. Marquez, and the outswinger is cleared away by Fluminense. Marquez not able to hold that ball in. Able to buy his team a little time to get back by flipping it up in the air before Di Piero can throw it in.
Yeah, Marquez is very animated. I mean, like I said earlier, he's holding a running conversation with the middle official on all the calls.
Maya gets it to Felix. Sent out wide. Adjusted down by Polaz. Little 1-2 action. Trying to get it back to Polaz, but Chivas has it. Ball is controlled in the back by Pereira. Now Maya has it. Maya able to get around Guzman. Piero stumbling as he gets to halfway. Finally draws the whistle, a free kick for Fluminense. Trying to get it to Rodriguez, but not enough weight on that pass, and it's intercepted by Marquez, who drives one toward goal, and it bounces just wide.
Marquez, I think, is watching the English Premiership there. Watching Rooney a couple weeks ago taking the shot from half field, lifted it over to goalkeeper. But hey, not a bad effort. I mean, his left foot, as you can see here on the replay, he has a pretty wicked left foot. You know, he can catch the keeper out sleeping. Why not take the chance?
A little surprise party. Fluminense controls the edge of the finishing third, but unable to make the pass to Bento, and it's Chivas who controls their own end, and then they turn it over. Chivas wins the ball right back. Chivas has really played well in their own end here today. Just as I say that, they turn it over to Maya. Fluminense not able to capitalize. They will have a throw in here. Official calls the foul. No, they just call a throw in. Players scattered all over the pitch as Chivas comes through the middle third. Marquez along the touchline with a one-touch pass to Lopez. Shot from distance is just wide. Daniel Rios gives it a shot from about 30 yards out.
Yeah, good work by Marquez here on the right side. A little flick, and Rios takes it up the middle. As you see here on the replay, Rios gets in the middle and just gets his head up and takes a crack at it. Not far off target.
Had plenty of pace, just not on frame.
I'm not sure the goalkeeper for Fluminense, Gomez, had that covered.
Well, Chivas is winning a lot of these 50-50 balls. Wendell Pereira in the back for Fluminense. Turned over. This is Marquez. Has it on his left foot. Now with the right. Takes a shot. Partially blocked. Chivas controls. Marquez again. Marquez shows skill. Sends it to the middle of the box. It gets headed away. Down to the feet of Felix. Felix turns it over. Another shot from distance. Goes wide left. This time it's Michael Navarro taking the shot for Chivas.
Chivas is doing a really nice job of putting pressure up high, not allowing Fluminense to pass the ball out of the back, and it's creating turnovers and opportunities for Chivas.
Chivas' best opportunities have come from 30 yards, 25 yards out. Those shots from distance. Neto trying to move up the right channel, but he's unable to get around to Anwar Hernandez, who's played very well here in the first half. As we're into the 40th minute, it remains a scoreless tie. Most of the action has been between the 8 teams. This will be put in play by Marco Lopez. Lopez sending it up the touchline. Rodriguez is there to win the ball for Fluminense. Switch to the left side as they get it out to Polaz. Solorio in the back has it for Chivas as they mount the attack through the middle third. Unable to get past the defense of Fluminense. Ball is Felix there. Left center back. Now being pushed forward by Polaz, but he's dispossessed. It's taken away by Solorio. Ball sent into space for no one in particular. Wendell Pereira gets there for Fluminense. He'll play it back to the keeper, Gomes. We're in the 41st minute. Still waiting on the game's first goal. And a goal certainly would change the complexion of this game.
Yeah, it really would at this point. I mean, it's really just a stalemate at this point. I think a little edge possession-wise to Chivas, but other than that, it's just not really a ton of clear-cut chances from either side.
Di Piero will put it in play at the feet of Maya. Played back to Pereira. Maya switches it to the left side for Felix. Pardon me, this is Bento moving up. Bento drives it on frame, but it caught at the top of the 6-yard box by Jorge Chavez, the goalkeeper for Chivas. In the 42nd minute, it's still a scoreless tie. Chivas with the possession. Guzman in the midfield to Marquez. That's over his head and out of play. Throw in Fluminense. Maya chested down, then has it knocked away from behind, giving Fluminense another throw in. Play made by Victor Guzman. The throw into Neto. Guzman plays it to the middle of the pitch. Guzman gets it back. Lays it off on the left wing side for Marco Lopez, who gives it to Marquez. Marquez drives it to the top of the box. It's settled. The shot and the save! The shot coming from Daniel Rios.
Yeah, I think Rios is kicking himself right now. I think he could have done a little bit better with that and a little bit more time, I think, than he thought. And, took the shot quickly, but a really good save.
Gomes makes the save for Fluminense. Did a good job settling the ball, setting it up, getting the shot on frame, but Gomes was there to bat it down, and then getting tripped up was Bento.
Yeah, I mean, Rios was just kind of sat right in between two Fluminense defenders, and neither one of them were picking him up.
This is Chivas with possession. They go over the top, trying to get it to Marquez, moving up the left channel. Throw in for Chivas. Lopez not able to make that run between two defenders. Fluminense has it, returns it right back over. Solorio has it in the back. Now Hernandez giving it to Flores. Anwar Hernandez gets taken to the ground and the foul is called.
Dos Santos just got up into him there, and the referee was right there to call the play, call the foul.
Danilo Dos Santos committing the foul in the midfield. Don't expect a lot of stoppage time to be added on here, maybe a minute. Not much more than that, I wouldn't think. So we will have 1 minute added. Marquez loses it. Piero will put it in play. Rodriguez scrambling on the ground, comes up, has possession, trying to begin the counterattack. Rodriguez may be shaken up. Di Piero trying to get it back to Dos Santos. Chivas has possession. Fluminense will have the throw-in.
Yeah, I mean, Chivas is doing a very good job of surrounding the ball. As soon as they turn it over, they got 2 or 3 players surrounding the ball right away, making it very difficult for Fluminense to play.
Piero with this throw-in to Rodriguez up the touchline. Gets it to Maya. Maya switching the attack, getting it to Silva on the left side. Sent inside the 18, but nobody there for the Brazilian side, and Chivas controls. They're into stoppage time. It's a scoreless tie here at the Cotton Bowl. And the whistle sounds, ending the first half of action here in this Bracket B game at the 35th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. It's the Gordon Jago Super Group. Chivas controlled time of possession. They had it for more than 25 minutes. Fluminense only had it for a little more than 20 minutes. Neither team able to score a goal. So we go to the halftime, tied 0-0 on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
I drive one, your grandpa drove one, your uncle drives
Dad,
one.
it's Toyota Truck Month. Besides,
It's gotta be Toyota Truck Month, featuring the redesigned 2014 Tundra, built in Texas for a new generation of Texans.
When you put it like that.
Get the best deals of the year during Toyota Truck Month. Get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,500 cash on a 2014 Tundra Crewmax Texas Edition for a savings over $6,100. Toyota. Let's go places.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
At Metro PCS, we believe in the power of the period. It keeps you from spending too much on wireless. Unlimited data, talk, and text. $40, period. Everything you want. Even the taxes and fees are rolled right in. $40, period. On a nationwide 4G network, no annual contract, $40, period. That's period power. Everything you want, $40, period. Only at Metro PCS.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit twc.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Back at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas as the sun has broken through on a day that's calling for 60% chance of showers. No goals scored by either Guadalajara or Fluminense in the first 45 minutes of this contest. The second half still to come here at the 35th Annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. Meanwhile, Mike Stern is standing by with a special guest.
Thanks, Pete. I am with Luis Reynoso. He is the Senior Marketing Coordinator for Metro PCS. Great to see you.
Hey, Mike, I'm great to be here.
A fantastic game. We couldn't ask for better weather right now. It's absolutely beautiful.
It definitely is. And you know what? Metro PCS is proud to be here once again this year. This is our third year at this Dallas Cup, and we're having a great time today.
Now, what is your impression of Dallas Cup? It's got a long, storied history, 35 years. You're into it for about 3 years now. What do you think?
You know what? The Dallas Cup is a big part of our community, and that's why we stand behind it. A lot of our fans come out here, and we want to support our fans. We want to support our customers, and we're having a great time out here with the guys.
Now, I understand there's an initiative here, and the noisemakers are a little bit behind this. We hear those quite prominently, but you've been able to get a lot of Dallas ISD students here into the tournament today for free.
We sure did. We got together with the Dallas Cup organizers, and we decided to come up with a plan that we were going to bring vouchers to the Dallas DISD students to get them into the Dallas Cup for free. And with that free voucher, they got an opportunity to get a free blowhorn from the Dallas Metro PCS team, and here it goes. So you're going to hear a lot of noise out there today at the games.
Yeah, we really have heard that, as I said, quite prominently, and I think it adds to the personality of the tournament.
Yes, sir.
I really do.
Yes, sir, it does. And you know what? I also want to mention that this month, Metro PCS has an incredible plan for customers that may be thinking about a new wireless carrier like Metro PCS. Anybody that wants to come over, we have a free phone for them. And we have also some really cool features that we have for our Mexico calling customers. Now our customers can call Mexico and can even take their phones to Mexico and use them in Mexico while they're there.
And that marketing initiative is actually being handled right here at the Cotton Bowl. You've got your sales team here at the kiosks.
Yes, sir. We're out there selling today, so please come on by and visit us.
What about soccer excites Metro PCS?
You know, it's all about bringing families together, you know, and the youth. So what excites us is that we're close to our customers because we know that the youth and the family are very important, and that's why we want to get involved in these type of tournaments.
Soccer, an absolutely fantastic game, obviously. You've got your son, you've got your whole family out here, and everybody is enjoying the game today.
Yeah, we're having a great time. Beautiful day, and we couldn't ask for more.
What are some of the other initiatives with regard to soccer that Metro PCS is involved with?
Well, you know, we have involvement in a lot of other soccer tournaments throughout the community. And again, it's just a great connection. You know, our customers, soccer, families, youth, it's all about having fun.
Well, Luis Reynoso, thank you so much for visiting with us. You're the Senior Marketing Coordinator for Metro PCS. Your sales team very prominent out here, and it's just great to see you involved with the Dallas Cup.
Well, thank you, Mike. Thank you.
All righty. Well, keep your soccer cleats laced, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Stay with us. We've got statistics and highlights coming up with Pete and Dev right after this.
Plenty of people start out waiting tables, but not many spend their days off making beauty videos. Even fewer become famous for them. And now, instead of living off tips, I'm giving them to the whole world. I'm Michelle Phan, and I'm one of a kind.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
After a 63-hour work week, 6 football practices, and 2 marathon client dinners, the 268 horsepower 2014 Toyota Camry SE is the perfect getaway vehicle. Get $2,000 customer cash or 0% financing for 72 months on any new 2014 Camry, including the Camry Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
Enjoy your local on-demand channel better, with more programming all in one place and whenever you want it. From movie trailers to travel segments, college, pro, and high school sports to reports on how to be healthier, plus local news and stories about your community. Find it all on Local On Demand, only on Time Warner Cable. Food, entertainment, health, travel, sports, news, and more. Anytime on Local On Demand, only on Time Warner Cable.
Welcome back to the Cotton Bowl, where Guadalajara and Fluminense are battling it out in the Gordon Jago Super Group. This is Bracket B action. Guadalajara has had a lot of success in the Dallas Cup through the years. Their first tournament appearance came in 1991, and over the years they have won 7 Hooten Bowl trophies covering all age groups since 1998. And really, Dev, I think they've got to be pleased about the way they played against Fluminense, a team that was a semifinalist here a year ago.
Yeah, Chivas came out from the very start and put the front foot forward and have played very, very well here in the first half.
Guadalajara has got a great history of supplying players to the Mexican national team, such as Chicharito and Omar Bravo over the years, and a lot of those players have played here. Is there anybody that's on the pitch right now for Guadalajara that's kind of jumped out at you that you've seen think, hey, this guy might be a special talent for the Mexican national team in years to come?
You know, I really like this Luis Marquez. I mean, he's very animated here. Plays on the left-hand side. I'd actually like to see him move over to the right-hand side and maybe come across and get some shots on with his left foot swinging a bit. But Luis Marquez, he's been very impressive here in the first half.
Such as they are, let's take a look at the highlights from the first half of action. Most of the action was this battle in the midfield, a battle for possession, and Chivas really has had more possession time, but we're still really waiting on the best chance to score. Almost all of Chivas' chances have been like that, Marquez from distance. Here's another shot from beyond the 18 that nearly gets headed on frame, but it was called offsides. Take another look at it. Keeper could have done a better job there, got bailed out by the assistant referee raising the flag. Then Rodriguez with a shot for Fluminense. Here was one of the better set-piece opportunities for Chivas, but they really did not capitalize on that opportunity. There's another one of those shots from distance. Another look at that shot that goes wide left. And Marquez here along the touchline, putting one to the top of the 18. Soto settles it, fires. Gomes makes the save. And at least that opportunity goes by the boards. As you take a look at the stats, Chivas out shooting Fluminense 6-2. 2 of those shots on goal for Chivas, just 1 shot on goal for Fluminense. only had the one corner kick, and that was from Fluminense. There have been 10 fouls, but Fluminense has committed 7 of those, 4 more than Chivas. We would almost expect those numbers to be reversed, but it's Fluminense who's playing more a defensive-minded game here than Chivas.
Yeah, Chivas definitely has them on the run a little bit. You got to give Chivas a lot of credit. But Fluminense does have possession of the ball. Chivas is putting 3 or 4 players around the ball, making it very difficult for the Brazilian squad to make the little passes.
And Fluminense just doesn't have the form that they had when they were here a year ago and went to the semifinal, but they could easily find it in the second half, which is coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Math and science are far more than just subjects at school. If you're passionate about cooking food, math and science become part of your everyday life. We learn measurements, we learn fractions. That's why Time Warner Cable created Connect a Million Minds, to show young people that math and science can be fun and lead to a career of their dreams. Whether it's an engineer, a food scientist, or a rock star chef. Visit connectamillionminds.com to learn more.
At Metro PCS, we believe in the power of the period. It keeps you from spending too much on wireless. Unlimited data, talk, and text. $40, period. Everything you want. Even the taxes and fees are rolled right in. $40, period. On a nationwide 4G network, no annual contract, $40, period. That's period power. Everything you want, $40, period. Only at Metro PCS.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
If you can pack 5 seasons of your favorite show into just one weekend, this much heat into one bite, this much junk in your junk drawer, this much drama into one friend,
You guys don't think I'm crazy, because I'm not crazy. Dad!
and this much girly into one man, then we can pack full 7-Up flavor into only 10 calories. That's the power of 10. 7-Up 10, also in these brands.
Second half action getting underway at the Cotton Bowl in Bracket B of the Gordon Jago Super Group. We're at the 35th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup here in Dallas under bright sunny skies this afternoon. We really didn't expect this. 60% chance of showers in the forecast. Possible severe weather, a slight chance of severe weather later on. But right now playing conditions are ideal. Fluminense and Guadalajara both searching for their first goal of the game. And we've had one substitution. Matías Alessandro Pereira has come into the game for Fluminense, replacing Pedro Leal Polaz, who saw quite a bit of time on the ball in the first half.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the Fluminense coach, Mr. Viega, has saw something he wanted to change up right away and maybe get a little bit extra speed on the pitch or a little bit different extra talent there to change things up from the first half.
Meanwhile, there were no substitutions made by Chivas. This is Anwar Hernandez in the back. Throw in for Chivas. Guadalajara has a fan base estimated of more than 33 million followers, the second largest domestic fan base in the world, and they're tied for the most championships in Mexican soccer. So a very proud history, and they've done very well through the years here at Dallas Cup, putting a team this year in the Gordon Jago Super Group. This is Pereira for Fluminense. He'll just send that one out of play.
Well, Pereira does the right thing there. He had no options. He just get it out of play on sides of the touchline and regroup and defend from here.
Player goes down for Chivas.
And Luis Marquez goes down quite easily there. hopefully trying to sell the referee on that, but unable to.
He's not buying.
No.
Gomes with this goal kick. Really not much wind to deal with here today at the Cotton Bowl. Fluminense again retreating, sent back to Gomes. Rodriguez is under it, able to control it, knocking it down with the left boot. We've not seen that fluid game. We haven't seen the beautiful game from Fluminense here.
We really haven't, but it doesn't mean it's not there. It's just,
they haven't been able to tap into it yet.
Sometimes it's just awakening the giant. And, one little bit of brilliance from one individual player can change the whole.
And they brought on Alessandro Pereira, hoping maybe to find a little bit of that magic in number 7. Wearing the captain's armband is Maya. Play back to Felix. Gets it to Neto. All the way back to Pereira. Felix lays it out on the right side. That's intercepted. Chivas has it. Gets knocked upfield by Sergio Flores. Shot is partially deflected and it's easily scooped up by Gomes, who distributes to Silva. Silva not able to get around Navarro. Now Chivas has an opportunity. But the ball is won by Bento in the back for Fluminense and turned over again, but the flag is up. As I think getting caught offside was Marco Granados.
Fluminense did a nice job of getting out defensively to get the offsides call, but Chivas was just a little bit slow in the attack. I'm not sure he was weighing his option. By the time he weighed his options, get a shot off, there's 2 Fluminense players around him and just couldn't get the trigger pulled.
Foul call here. And a player shaken up. And they're calling for the training staff. And we'll take a look at what happened here. That's Anwar Hernandez who goes down holding his head. Hernandez just recently celebrated his 19th birthday, St. Patrick's Day baby.
Well, as you can tell, the official, as soon as the player grabbed his head, the official turned to the sidelines and asked the trainer to come on right away to get attention. The officials worldwide are really making it a priority. When they see a head collision, they don't waste any time in getting the trainers on to get players some attention.
We know so much more about concussions now than we knew even 5 or 6 years ago. There's so many more precautions taken in every sport, it seems like. And then Fluminense with the sportsman-like kicking it out and giving up the throw into Chivas. This is Maya to Rodriguez. Silva up the left side, traps it, centers it to the top of the 6-yard box, and then cleared away by Chivas. That ball crosses over the touchline. It's a throw-in for Chivas. Put in play up the right channel, trying to get it to Guzman. Pinballs around. It is played by Flores. Fluminense moving into Chivas territory, but it's the Mexican side that controls. Trying to get the ball to Navarro. Now moving in is Dos Santos. Result from Bracket B at Richland College, Anderlecht and LA Galaxy have finished in a 1-1 draw in Bracket B. The other game going on in this group, that was at Richland College today. LA Galaxy's had a team here a couple of times in the super group, and they have fared well.
Yeah, they did. They played here last year and fared well. And they're getting stronger and stronger every year as the talent pool here in the U.S. is getting better and better.
We've also had teams in younger age groups do well here at Dallas Cup. We'll have all of the championship games for all of the age groups next weekend. This is the Gordon Jago Supergroup in action today at the Cotton Bowl. This is the second of 3 games. We saw Fulham beat FC Dallas in the opener 4-0. The US U20 team will take the pitch tonight. They'll be in action against River Plate in what should be a dandy game. Luis Matier putting this ball in play for Chivas. A game that can best be described as plotting right now. Remember last year on opening day, Fluminense just wowing us. We haven't quite had that wow factor here yet, but Silva's capable of delivering, and he moves up the left side. Collision there, and it's going to be a free kick from a dangerous area.
Yeah, I think some of that wow factor has been taken away from him because Chivas is just closing down so quickly. And no chance for them to really play, but here's going to be a nice opportunity here from this foul here you're seeing on the replay for Fluminense.
Michael Navarro committing the foul and puts Silva on the seat of his pants, and Maya will take the free kick. This is an area where you would expect the Brazilian side to excel. A free kick from this position. No fewer than 7 targets inside the 18, and it's headed on frame, but the save is made by Jorge Chavez.
Yeah, Chavez has kind of held his ground there on the goal line. And luckily for him, it was hit right to him. Easy save made.
Battle for possession in the midfield, and it's Luis Marquez who is fouled, giving Chivas a free kick.
As you can see, Marquez is just very animated. I mean, he's pointing to the official. That's like the first, second time, you know, he's simulating a yellow card should be given, and the referee really should come over and have a talking with him and say, hey, enough.
Guzman putting the ball down for the free kick. Marquez is also there. It'll be Guzman. Guzman driving it inside the 6, but that'll be easily played by Gomes. And we remain scoreless now in the 55th minute. Gomes sending it beyond halfway. Chivas batting it back into Fluminense territory. An exchange of possessions in the midfield. Fluminense eventually has control, trying to get it to Silva. Going down is Pereira. Foul called. The official giving a warning for diving. There was no foul called. It's just a throw-in. Chivas will have a free kick out of their own end. Solorio in the back for Chivas will deliver this free kick.
Fluminense manager Viega was very upset with this player there for giving away a free kick there in that area. There's just really no reason to do that. You got him under pressure. Don't let him out of jail easily.
Play back to Chavez, who returns it to Solorio. Play to the center back, Hernandez. Hernandez chips it up the left side. Intercepted, but then won right back by Marquez on that left side. And that creates half a chance for Guadalajara. Here's a centering pass and a shot and a goal off the left foot of Michael Navarro. Chivas has taken a 1-0 lead in the 56th minute. How about this for a surprising development?
Yeah, well taken there by Navarro with his left foot. Just pushes it past strongly the goalkeeper. Really, really clinical finish.
So the CD Guadalajara fans have something to celebrate. A 1-0 lead over Fluminense. How does that change this game, Dev?
Well, it's going to change it quite a bit for Fluminense now. They're going to have to really press, and it could open up things for Chivas going forward in the counterattack. So we'll have to see how things develop here.
Chivas.
There's that left foot from Marquez again.
trying to add to their lead. They got it to Granados, and that shot goes over Gomez and the goal. Gomez with the goal kick. Drives it beyond halfway, trying to get it to Dos Santos. But it's Chivas who controls. Chivas is winning most of the midfield battles today. And again, right in the middle of the action is Luis Marquez. Marquez sandwiched by Fluminense defenders. Gives away the throw-in. Gomez giving chase. That ball comes inside the area where he can handle it. Distributes it quickly. Played up the middle to Maya. Maya getting that pass from Bento. And then it's turned over. Neto trying to win the ball back for Fluminense in the middle. Unable to do so, however, as Guzman has it for Chivas. Chivas trying to get out of their own end. Hernandez pushing it forward. That's off Marquez and out of play.
Yeah, Marquez just plays out of play for so the Fluminense player here who's down.
I think it's Neto who's down. Rafael Marcos Neto down in the midfield. Getting help from a Chivas player before the training staff comes out.
Yeah, Marquez plays it out of bounds so the training staff can get on and get him some attention.
59th minute of play here. Chivas with a 1-0 lead, getting a goal from Michael Navarro in the 56th minute. Just blasting one past Gomez.
Yeah, it was a really nice finish by him. Just instep on his left boot.
So for the moment, Fluminense is going to be down a man until Neto is waved back on by the officials. The ball rolling out of play. Neto now gets the green light to come back on. Fluminense trailing 1-0. That's Rodriguez. We've seen him a couple of times trying to scramble like that. Maya plays it back to Bento. Back to the keeper, Gomez. Lifts it up toward midfield. That is driven out of the back by Luis Solorio. Granados along the byline. And the foul puts Silva on the ground. Silva trying to get about 15 yards extra on this free kick, then tried to settle for 12 yards, and the official still moving him back. Now, he's going to get carded if he's not careful here. The official wants him to go far back. Right about there. Now he can restart play.
Give the official credit for not pulling the card quickly on him. I think he's going to say the language barrier maybe has something to do with it, but I doubt that.
Yeah, I think he knew exactly what he was doing. Gomez sends it out to midfield, a battle for possession there. Pereira to the right side. Fluminense trying to build an attack, searching for the equalizer. Trailing 1-0. And the play is broken up by Daniel Rios. In the 62nd minute. The goal coming from Navarro in the 56th minute. It's given Guadalajara the lead. This is Rios showing his skill, weaving through the Fluminense defense, and then a nice chip inside the 18, but then Granados not able to catch it cleanly. just did get a foot on it, and it's picked up by Gomez.
Awesome, very skillfully driven ball there by Rios there, and then trying to find his partner there in the box was well done. Nice little flick over the top to him. Just couldn't get it off his foot.
Navarro moving to the byline, gets cut off by Silva, and it's a goal kick coming up. Substitution being made now for Fluminense, and I was just about to ask you a moment ago, Dev, how long would it be before they might bring in some more offensive-minded players?
Well, this is about the right time. About 27 minutes left in the match. Brings in a little bit more of an offensive player here to see if they can at least maybe get a draw.
Kevin Alex DaCosta has come into the game. Number 16 is on the pitch for Fluminense. That looked like it was off Navarro last, and it's a throw-in for Fluminense.
You got to also remember, I mean, Fluminense has come a long ways. I mean, their flight, they got in about 24 hours ago, so they're still probably a little bit jet lagged from everything. So, you know, they maybe still be trying to get their legs going, even if they're so late in this match.
Yeah, certainly a much further trip than what Chivas had to make to get here. You're right, most of the teams only get here a day or two before the tournament begins. And then once they're here, things happen quickly.
They do, and then by the time they blink, the thing's all over, and they're just amazed at the experience they've had here in Dallas. It's just a fantastic experience for these kids.
Luis Matier in the right channel, trying to get through three Fluminense defenders. It's finally taken away by Pereira. Nice tackle to take the ball away from DaCosta. I'll tell you what, Chivas has been impressive throughout the course of this match. They've not allowed Fluminense to show their skill.
They really haven't. They just closed down everywhere. I mean, it looks more like an English Premier side than a Mexican side at this point, just closing down extremely quickly and just not giving any space to play.
Wendell Pereira playing it out to the right side. As Fluminense tries to create some sort of opportunity in the attacking third. This might be a chance for Neto. In the corner now. Being completely hassled. It'll be a throw-in. Ball played to the top of the D. Pereira with a header. And then it gets batted away. And again, Chivas is able to clear as DaCosta is not able to create an opportunity. The ball's out of play. As we're into the 66th minute now, it remains 1-0 Chivas. Navarro scoring in the 56th minute. The game has not really changed since that goal, has it?
No, it really hasn't. Just not much room for either team to really operate. It was a great goal, well taken, but since then it hasn't really changed at all. But Fluminense is really going to have to take some chances here to try to draw this game even.
Beto trying to get it to Silva, and then it's Navarro there making the tackle that draws the whistle, and it may draw a card.
Yeah, Navarro there is extremely late into the tackle, and rightfully so. He's going to be shown the yellow card by the middle official.
Here's another look at the foul.
It's clearly a foul. You know, so many times the player's looking at the ball, doesn't realize that player's coming in and goes in for the tackle and ends up taking the player with them, and no real ill intent on that one.
Navarro picks up the yellow card. Silva gets attention from the training staff. Official still talking to Navarro, who scored the goal earlier, but now has been shown a yellow card. And Chivas continues to dominate time of possession through the first 66 minutes. They had it for 36 minutes. Fluminense with a free kick just inside Chivas territory. Bento, and taken away by Navarro. Maya there to win the ball in the midfield for Fluminense. This is Rodriguez getting it to De Costa, who came in as a substitute. De Costa switches it to the right side, didn't have enough weight on that pass, and it gets intercepted by Marco Lopez. Chivas plays an early ball in. Gomez gives chase, but he'll let that one go out of play and has a goal kick.
Well, once again, Luis Mequez tries to beat the keeper from long range. To no avail on that one attempt either.
Wind has really picked up here now and is becoming more of a factor. The wind at the backs of Fluminense as they move right to left. Down to the south here in Dallas today, picking up considerably as this match progresses. 1-0 lead for Chivas. Again, they play a ball over the top. And there defensively is Bento. It's cleared away by Fluminense, but sent right back to the Chivas attacking third. Maya has it for Fluminense. Bento gets it to Maya. Finds Felix on the left side. Felix correcting traffic. Playing it back to Pereira. This is Silva playing it up the left channel with a nice pass to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to Silva. Silva has a chance and he buries it. We're tied at 1.
Critical finish here by Silva there with his left boot. Really against the run of play here, this goal. Well taken.
The equalizer comes in the 69th minute. Answering the Navarro goal 13 minutes ago. And we're tied 1-1. Remember, in group play, games can end in a draw. And we've already had one draw in this group today.
Really good finisher. You really hate to see him get beaten near post like that, but he found the room in between and slotted it home.
Anderlecht and the LA Galaxy finished in a 1-1 tie here in Bracket B. The Gordon Jago Super Group. It's the 35th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup here at the Cotton Bowl. Already today, Fulham, the defending champion in the Gordon Jago Super Group, has a 4-0 victory. Chivas out shooting Fluminense 7-3. Here in the second half. We're in the 70th minute.
Well, it's really going to make a real interesting final 20 minutes here now to see what happens. If they're going to open things up a little bit, if it's going to stay as tight as it has been.
Saw that flash of brilliance from the Brazilian side setting up the Silva goal.
Well, it only takes a little bit. I mean, it only takes a little bit of a space, a little bit of time on the ball, opportunity for these Brazilians to capitalize on it. And you can see it there from Silva, just a little bit of space between that near post and the goalkeeper, and he finds the alley and slots it home. So,
and set up nicely by Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez did nice work here on the left flank. And he's at it again here.
Ball is headed back to the keeper, Jorge Chavez. Chavez has watched the defense in front of him do a brilliant job here for much of the afternoon. He has not faced a lot of pressure. Solorio sending that one to midfield. It finds Navarro. Off the chest of Felix. Comes right down to Daniel Rios. Chavez pouring in now on the left side. A centering pass to the top of the 6-yard box. Granados went up for it but couldn't get a noggin on it. And this is Maya making a clearing run up the middle for Fluminense as they build a counterattack. It's back to Maya. Nice one-touch passing from the Brazilian side. Rodriguez gets, that's Neto who gets tangled up and taken down.
Yeah, Neto's calling for a trainer right away. He's in a little bit of trouble, it looks like. So he's signaling right away to try to get a trainer on. But this is what Chivas has to be careful. You give Fluminense space on the counter like that, they will burn pretty quickly.
72nd minute of action here in this Bracket B game of the Gordon Jago Super Group. Goals coming here in the second half. Michael Navarro scoring in the 56th minute for Chivas. And then Silva answering for the Brazilian side in the 69th minute. That's a look at Michael Navarro, who scored the goal for Chivas. And Silva with the equalizer. Neto continues to get attention. Down on the field here at the Cotton Bowl with the sun now is shining brightly and the wind has picked up. Substitution to be made here.
Looks like Neto is going to make come off.
Sarado Nascimento coming in. Nascimento just celebrated his 19th birthday on March 3rd as he comes into the game.
Well, the manager's just signaled back to pull the player back, and no sub's going to be made.
There's no substitution here. So Neto must be all right.
It's funny, the official waited to call that trainer on. He did not want to call the trainer on. He wanted them to get up and get on with it, and Neto just stayed down. Finally called him on. Trainer walks on, sprays a little magic water on him, and then jumps up. So
right now, though, Fluminense is a man down. Neto on the sideline waiting to be waved back in for the second time today. Free kick for Fluminense as they look to take the lead at a 1-1 tie. In the 74th minute, from a long distance, the shot is taken, but Rodriguez misses the frame, and it remains 1-1.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was, you're going to beat a keeper from that distance one maybe out of 1,000 times. I think it's kind of a wasted effort on his part.
David Avalos is going to check into the game for Chivas. Looks like he's coming in for Granados. Foul starting to even up now. 8 for Fluminense, 7 for Chivas. Tied at 1 in the 75th minute. Goal kick for Chavez. Fluminense will control in their own end. Sent through the air up the left channel, kept in play. Neto got a boot on it, gets it to Felix. Felix gets it to Pereira. To Moriera. To Maya in the midfield. Neto gets bumped off the wall once again. Gives chase. Pereira will get there to keep it in play. Now Neto has it, gets it to Silva. To Maya. Maya loses possession in the center circle. Unable to get through the Chivas midfield. Comes out to the goal scorer, Navarro. And Maya gets called for the foul.
Nice job, Navarro there, just keeping his body between the defender and the ball. As you can see here, just gets his body between there, no place for the defender to go except through him, and the referee calls the right foul. There's a nice opportunity now with Marquez on the ball with his left foot.
Three-man wall will be set up here by Fluminense. And Marquez is going to go stand on the side of that wall on the left-hand side. And it is played low on the ground by Victor Guzman. Did not surprise Fluminense. Flag is up, offsides.
On that free kick, that may have been something in training they've worked on for the past couple weeks, but it didn't come off very well here today. from that distance, you'd like to get at least something in front of the goal. The opportunity didn't come off very well at all.
Gomez out beyond the box. Playing it for Fluminense. Now pushed up by Pereira. Neto in traffic, unable to control it. Chivas has it in their own end. Navarro turned right back over to Fluminense. Neto moves up the right flank. Being marked there by Sergio Flores. Right back to Pereira. Diagonal ball to Rodriguez off his chest. Knocked down by Silva to Rodriguez. Back to Silva. Silva controls it. Silva with the nutmeg. And then Silva is dispossessed by Navarro, who turns it right back over to Maya. Keeping it in play, trying to elude Daniel Rios, who just tried to reach out and grab him, but missed him. Pereira plays it to the right side. Now gets it back at the center stripe. Felix to Bento. Silva. Loses it to Rios and then wins it right back and then sends it over the touchline, giving Chivas a throw in.
Right up. You're seeing a lot of individual stuff here right now, and nothing's coming off very well. The sub coming on.
Alexis Lopez is coming into the game now. Lopez entering the game for Chivas. Fluminense getting ready to make a substitution as well. That'll have to wait. Neto has it in the midfield for Fluminense. Flores comes in and gets an early touch, and Chivas controls. Marquez. Official says play on. This is Alex DaCosta. Chavez will handle it inside the 18 and quickly distribute up the right side as he makes the connection with Luis Matier.
Yeah, just a real loose pass there. Right out of bounds. Fluminense throw in, but they'll get a substitution before they get this throw in made.
So now Nascimento will come in. We thought he was going to come in a moment ago for Neto. He was summoned back to the bench and now is into the game for Neto. Rodriguez is fouled and hobbles around a bit after the whistle sounds. Free kick coming up for Fluminense. They don't waste any time with a restart. It's played back to Nascimento. Gets an early touch after coming off the bench. Now this is Maya. Taken down in the center forward channel, but no call. Official says play on, and Marquez sends it over the top end deep. Gomez out of the box controlling it. Gomez distributes to Bento. Pereira looking upfield. Back to Bento. This is Felix. Felix finds Alessandro Pereira. Foul called. Fluminense with a free kick. We're into the 82nd minute. It's a 1-1 tie. Bracket B in the Gordon Jago Super Group at the 35th Annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Down goes Felix. Looking for a call.
Yeah, Sergio Flores got him on the little give and go. Just when he gave it, he just made sure he wasn't going to go. And there was the give, and Sergio said, nope, you're not going to get it back, and takes him out of the play.
Bento sends it to the far side. Being double teamed is Tiago Moreira. Chivas does not allow entry into the box, and they quickly get it cleared. Victor Guzman sending it beyond halfway. Gomez steps up and drives it back into Chivas territory for Fluminense. It's Anwar Hernandez who goes up for that header for Chivas. And now Hernandez trying to win the ball away from DaCosta. Goal kick coming up here for Chivas in a 1-1 tie in the 83rd minute.
Well, you don't really see anything from either team that thinks that they're going to get that break ahead goal, do you? It's just very stagnant and not really any clear-cut chances from either side at this point.
Do both sides have to take credit for that, or is it because of the way that Chivas is playing?
I think you just got to give credit to both sides. They just really eliminated both sides' strengths, and it's just kind of a stalemate right now. And some people would say, well, it's not much fun to watch, but it's just been a chess match between these two sides at this point. I think it's a real individual moment of brilliance is going to change the whole outlook of this game here.
That ball coming over the shoulder of Navarro, who settles it, then centers the pass. It's cleared out of the box by Fluminense, but a throw in for Chivas. Matier to put this in play. Intercepted by Silva. Matier trying to win it back, and for the moment does so for Chivas. Celorio going down. Goal kick coming up. Here's we play midway through the 84th minute. Rodriguez trying to encourage his teammates. Silva with the throw in. Up the channel, off the chest of Alessandro Pereira, who ends up on the ground. Put in play by Nascimento. Comes back to Nascimento. He can't trap it. It'll be Fluminense ball. Silva will put it in play. Trying to get it to Alessandro Pereira. He got jostled around a bit. And Fluminense able to maintain possession. Silva has it. Bento pushing forward inside halfway now. Bento along the touchline. Chips it. Deflected off of Chivas. Throw in for Fluminense.
As you can tell right there, I mean, Chivas just closed it down so quickly. Fluminense is going to be faster on the passes, getting a change of play, playing the diagonal balls across, because once they start playing these little triangles, Chivas just closes it down.
Lopez with the shoulder charge that puts Bento on the ground, and here's another look. Free kick coming up for Fluminense. Felix restarting play. Fluminense has it in the 86th minute. 1-1 draw. And Anderlecht and the LA Galaxy already played a 1-1 draw in Group B in the Gordon Jago Super Group. So a goal in this game could prove pivotal, putting a team atop the group standings early on. Trying to force his way in is Tiago Moreira. Chivas has been stingy on defense today. They have not allowed the Brazilian side to play their game. Substitution to be made here. Only Vieira is going to come into the game. Number 13 enters the contest for Fluminense. So just under 4 minutes remaining plus stoppage time. Fluminense starting to get more and more of the possession here. And that foul in the midfield takes down Vieira, but gives Fluminense a free kick.
Both teams at this point seem to be a bit tired. Legs seem to be a bit lost, and just not much energy from either side at this point.
Do you see any advantage for either side with a little more in the tank, maybe?
I really don't see any advantage for either side at this point, but I think Fluminense is going to probably push a little bit harder than Chivas at this point, because Chivas has extended a lot of energy this first part of the second half.
Now Cement sends it in, but it gets cleared away by Chivas. Fluminense starting to spend more and more time in Chivas territory with possession. Out on the right side is Thiago Moreira.
If Fluminense is going to break them down, it's going to be a little bit quicker pace than what we've seen in the first part of this period.
There's a shot rolled inside the 6-yard box and scooped up by Chavez. It remains 1-1. The clouds start to thicken up over the Cotton Bowl again as the wind is picked up here in the second half. Solorio plays it to the feet of Navarro at midfield. Bento sticks out his right foot, sends that one straight up in the air. Bento's getting attention.
Yeah, Luis Marquez is going to get carded here, booked here for coming over to the referee's assistant, getting into his face a little bit.
Marquez immediately shown the yellow by the referee. Continues his temper tantrum, however.
There's not much in it whatsoever. So, but I tell you, there's probably about 5 or 6 other times in the first half Marquez could have been yellow carded easily. He's lucky he didn't get red carded there because he kicked the ball away as soon as the referee put it down. So he's kind of a lucky guy, and you can see right now he's taking him off the pitch to make sure he doesn't get ejected. So the manager for Chivas obviously understands his mentality quite well and says, hey, let's get him off the pitch so we have him for the next match.
Remember, yellow cards carry out throughout group play, so you don't want to pick up that second yellow.
You know, that's disappointing for Chivas because he's one of the most dangerous players on the pitch all afternoon for either team. And unfortunately, his behavior is going to make him sit here for the remaining couple minutes.
Vieira goes down. There's a player that took it right in the face. Fluminense trying to build an attack. They've posted 3 minutes of stoppage time here.
There's a chance.
From the top of the D, a chip sails over the goal. Taken by the man wearing the captain's armband. That's Maya.
That ball coming into Maya there, just kind of handcuffed him, and he just couldn't get the ball out from underneath of him. As you can see, it's well underneath of him, and the only thing he could do is get a sand wedge out and chip it over the goal.
Carl Michael Maya, not so masterful with that touch. Into stoppage time now, 1-1. So we could have 2 1-1 draws here in bracket B. If this one holds up, Galaxy and Anderlecht played to a 1-1 draw earlier today. We saw Fulham defeat FC Dallas here at the Cotton Bowl in bracket A action earlier today. That was a 4-0 score. Cortiba beat Broma from Sweden. I believe that was a 2-0 score earlier today in bracket A. Still have bracket C action to come here at the Cotton Bowl when the U.S. Soccer Federation U20 men's national team takes on River Plate from Argentina. Lots of star power on the pitch for that match coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be a great one. Really looking forward to that match tonight.
This one has not lived up to its promise. We've not seen Fluminense play the way we know they're capable of playing, but you've got to give Chivas a lot of credit. for taking Fluminense out of their game today. And Chivas got a 1-0 lead in the 56th minute on the Navarro goal. Silva came back to get the equalizer in the 69th minute, and neither team has aggressively gone after the go-ahead goal.
No, and in a tournament format like we have here, I mean, sometimes you don't want to take that risk, especially now. Let's get out of here with a draw and see what the next match brings. So both teams pretty conservative here, just trying to finish this game out a little bit, get on with it, and see what happens tomorrow.
So this group is still very much up in the air, with all 4 teams getting a draw on opening day. I guess Fluminense would still be considered the favorite by most. But Anderlecht certainly has been getting a lot of attention as well. I think they've got 6 players from the Belgian national team, U20. This is Rodriguez on the left side, trying to get a game-winning goal for Fluminense. A centering pass is cleared away. Boy, Fluminense can strike quickly. There's still time, and they have possession on the Chivas side of halfway.
The referee just took a glance at his watch, and there you go.
As soon as the ball is turned over to Chivas, the whistle sounds, signaling the end of the match. And all 4 teams in bracket B settle for a draw on opening day. It was Chivas scoring first here this afternoon in the 56th minute with Navarro. Silva tied it in the 69th minute. It finishes 1-1 on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
The new 2014 Toyota Corolla.
Night, sir.
Versus the boss's luxury car. Both have push-start ignitions, high-end entertainment systems, and even backup cameras. The boss approves of the stylish new Corolla. And apparently,
Hi, Dad.
so does his daughter. Get $500 customer cash or lease a new 2014 Corolla LE for just $169 a month for 24 months with just $999 to its signing, including a no-cost maintenance plan. Toyota, let's go places.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit twc.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Back at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Guadalajara and Fluminense, Mexico and Brazil meeting here today in this Gordon Jago Supergroup match. It finishes as a 1-1 draw in bracket B. And is Fluminense, do they look like a semifinal team to you? They made it to the semifinals last year. We didn't see the flash, though, on opening day like we did a year ago.
No, we didn't see the flash or the flare that usually comes with the Brazilian side. I think we have to give a lot of credit to Chivas for taking them out of their game early, and every time they have a chance, they're doubling up and defending behind the ball. So we'll give a lot of credit to Chivas for taking Fluminense out of their game.
Chivas actually outshot Fluminense today, 9-4, had 6 of those shots on goal. All 4 of the Fluminense shots were on goal. Let's take a look at the goals that were scored. It was scoreless at the half. Michael Navarro striking in the 56th minute to break up the scoreless draw. A strong left-footed blast from about 15 yards out, and he buried his chance. Meanwhile, Rodriguez set up Silva about 13 minutes later, and Silva had a golden opportunity, and he did not miss.
Yeah, Silva was just right on target there. Beats the keeper between the near posts there, and a great finish, and a great heavyweight matchup there, and 1-1 draw.
So as you go forward in Group B, everybody getting a draw today, what do you think happens in Group B?
It's really hard to tell at this point. It's just too early to tell. Everything's even Steven right now. So, you got Broma, who won the U18 group last year, now playing in this group here. So it's wide open.
So as you take a look at the bracket, remember that everybody picked up 1 point, and everybody's goal differential right now is at 0. So tomorrow, when they play their second game, it's almost like starting over in Group B. Meanwhile, we did see in Bracket A earlier today Fulham, and they look like a strong side. They're the defending champions.
Yeah, no, Fulham came out and got on the front foot early and played extremely well. And I'd have to say Fulham right now is looking like a favorite at this point.
Meanwhile, we've got Group C action coming up at the Cotton Bowl a little bit later on as the U.S. U20 men's national team takes on River Plate. For Pete Stein, for Dev Reeves, I'm Pete Stein, thanking our entire crew, thanking you for joining us for our coverage of Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup Soccer, celebrating its 35th anniversary. We've already had 2 terrific games here today. The second one, Guadalajara and Fluminense, results in a 1-1 draw. Remember to stay tuned for Bracket C action featuring the U.S. U20 team against River Plate from Argentina on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Hi, everybody. This is Mike Stern with Time Warner Cable Sports Channel at the 35th anniversary Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. My guest here, let me start over. Hi, everybody. Mike Stern with Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Welcome back to the 35th anniversary of the Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. My guest is a gentleman by the name of Diego Gutierrez. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
You are the national spokesperson for the United Nations Foundation, an outstanding organization. Tell our viewers a little bit about this organization.
Well, it's an organization that was born by a gift from Ted Turner, a $1 billion gift. It really aims at facilitating and improving the lives of people around the world. Specifically, the campaign that I'm here representing at Dallas Cup is the Nothing But Nets campaign, which, as you may know, is a campaign that tries to alleviate or, is engaged in the battle against malaria by providing bed nets all over sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay, talk about some of the initiatives that this outstanding organization is undertaking right now.
Well, right now, we have created an initiative called Team Buskill, and the Nothing But Nets campaign was born from an article written from by Rick Riley on previously with Sports Illustrated.
Right.
And he basically inspired people to provide bed nets for people in Africa. There's over 1 million people dying because of a mosquito bite in the continental Africa. So by providing a simple solution, a bed net, a $10 bed net, we here in the United States are able to save lives. It's quite simple.
That's wonderful. Now, how are initiatives like this funded?
Well, listen, I mean, to date, we've raised over $50 million, and our average donation is $60. We have, everybody from CEOs to, kids. It's a very much a grassroots movement. But, it's really the youth that are fueling this campaign, that are going in, day in and day out, collecting money, raising funds, and creating that awareness that we sorely need to make this campaign really a common name among campaigns.
Tell our audience a little bit about your role as national spokesperson.
Well, I mean, I go around, like I mentioned before, trying to raise that awareness, to raise that advocacy from people, from decision makers all around the country, as well as really raising funds, creating events, that sort of thing. We now have partnered up with Dallas Cup this year. I imagine our partnership next year will be even more significant. We have very much good friendship with Andy Swift, executive director of Dallas Cup. We go way back, so it's been a great relationship. We hope to enhance it in the future.
Well, Diego Gutierrez, you're the national spokesperson for the United Nations Foundation. Thank you so much for everything that your organization does for mankind.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Good having you here.
Thanks.
Well, keep those shin pads on your shins, because let me tell you something, we've got a lot of action coming up here at the 35th anniversary of the Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup.
Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas is home to the 35th annual Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. It's the Gordon Jago Supergroup. Teams from all over the world have come home hoping to take home the Boot and Bowl trophy. Kickoff is coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
The Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup is the most prestigious youth tournament in the world, and the Super Group is the best of the best, and we've got a good one tonight. I'm Steve Davis, alongside Dev Reeves. Welcome to Time Warner Sports Cable Channel. What about this one tonight, Dev? We got the United States Under-20 national team against River Plate from Argentina, one of the best teams out of Argentina. What do you expect out of this one?
Well, it's a marquee matchup. I mean, they left this one for the last game tonight here at the Cotton Bowl, and I'm expecting to see a lot of good things from the under-20s and a good opportunity for some of these young kids here to shine for Tab Ramos.
Well, we know that Tab Ramos is also a member of Jurgen Klinsmann's national team staff, and he'll be joining soon enough as the national team gets together. These guys that we will see tonight will form the basis of the World Cup team that will play in Russia in 2018. Qatar in 2022. And as far as tonight goes, as we all know, in these games, controlling your group is all about winning your first match, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you really want to get off to the front foot positively in the first match of the tournament for each team. And River Plate, I mean, what can you say about them? I mean, their history's strong. They produce players and players year after year.
And we've got highlights here from a couple of the other games today. Of course, this is a 35th anniversary edition of the Dallas Cup. And Dev was here calling these games today. Fulham played FC Dallas in the first match here at the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, it was really a really good match for Fulham. Fulham's the Supergroup champions from last year, and they got off to a great start here in the first match of the day. You can see Gonzalez for FC Dallas here with a nice save. And then Dembele, the French youngster, playing for Fulham with a great finish there. Great turn, good clinical finish. And he had more to say besides just this one goal. As you'll see here coming up, you'll see a foul outside the area here, or Gonzalez actually trips the player. Dembele takes a penalty kick, goes to his right, nice clean penalty kick. And then here on the next PK, he's going to get a takeaway. There you see a nice save by Gonzalez. You see Emerson Heineman from Dallas getting taken down, playing for Fulham. Then Dembele steps back up, throws up the changeup, and classy finish by him.
That takes a lot of guts to sit up there and do that. And, of course, it's a little easier when the game is a little bit out of reach like it was already, but it's still tough to go right down the middle and be a little cheeky, isn't it?
It really was. It really was. And then FC Dallas came out in the second half and put a good effort in, got a couple good early chances. But from the get-go, FC Dallas was just really kind of overmatched. But you see here Fulham on the attack. Joseph Smalling for Fulham with a right-footed strike to the left end. So a good finish for Fulham.
Well, I think that what we see, FC Dallas has a very good academy team. Oscar Pereira built that academy team before he went to Colorado. Now, of course, he's in charge. And what we see here is that you have to bring a good team to the Dallas Cup. And I think the foreign teams through the years have come to understand that if you don't bring a good team to the Dallas Cup, this kind of thing happens, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, FC Dallas give them a lot of credit. I mean, they played well, but what we see is the difference is Dembele. I mean, Dembele up top, I mean, he's been compared to Drogba. And today he did nothing to diminish that fact. He played extremely well, and that's the difference. In the offensive third, these foreign teams are extremely skillful.
We have more highlights here, I think, from the second match of the Cotton Bowl today, the historic Cotton Bowl, where, by the way, they've had a World Cup quarterfinal. And how many stadiums around the world can say they have hosted a World Cup quarterfinal? Yeah,
definitely a historic venue. But here you see Luis Marquez for Guadalajara Chivas with an early opportunity. And then here, comes across, but he was ruled offside, so no goal there. It was a pretty tight decision. But at the end, it was a right decision. And then you see here Fluminense on the attack, left-footed strike, Gomez with the save. And again, some good efforts from the outside. It was a really tough match, Steve. I mean, it was equally matched up. Both teams scored one goal apiece, which ended in a 1-1 draw. We'll see a couple of the goals here coming up. It's a good strike from right inside the area. And then in the second half, Fluminense on the forward foot. Good clearance, defensive clearance there by Chivas. Good opportunity for Fluminense, who made it to the semifinal last year. Lost to Fulham in the semifinal in a shootout.
Fulham, of course, is the defending champions. Tonight, we were talking about FC Dallas a minute ago. Kellen Acosta plays for FC Dallas, but of course he's with U.S. Under-20, so we see how that works, where when you take a difference maker like DeBailey off the field, it really does make a difference. Now, Kellen Acosta plays right back for FC Dallas. He started the first 4 matches for FC Dallas at right back. Tonight, he'll be right in the middle. Right in the middle of Tab Ramos' 4-3-3, playing as one of the central midfielders. I think we'll see a little fluid in there, according to Ramos. And he's a player to watch for sure.
Yeah, no, Colin Acosta, he's proven himself. He's playing extremely well right now for FC Dallas. What a talent, and what a great opportunity for him to be playing in his hometown against River Plate for his national team. And,
I've talked to Oscar Pereira about him, and he wants him to play in the middle for FC Dallas at some point.
Yeah, well, that's where we're going, and it's going to be a great setup here tonight as we get ready for the anthems. And we'll be right back with Time Warner Sports broadcast for the Dallas Cup.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online